Sonia Go here from AMC Singapore. I'm an independent business consultant for AMC, and today I am excited again to be here to share with you all about the insights of AMC Cooking System. Alright, so what do we have here today? I have prepared some vegetables here. I am preparing to cook Korean Bibimbap. Korean Bibimbap, where we have rice with vegetables on top and some nice chili paste. Okay, so the first step that I'm doing here is I'm turning on the heat level here to level 4 heat because I want to preheat this pan. The pan that I'm using here today is an AMC 28 centimeter pan, hot pan, with an empty pan here, clean and shining. I want to preheat my pan up to the mid window. In our AMC terminology, we call it the mid window, and it simply means 50 degrees Celsius. Alright, so as I am preheating this pan over here, I would like to cook rice. Okay, so I have prepared here an AMC 20 centimeter 3 liter pot. It's a smaller pot so that I can cook smaller portion of my basmati rice, which I have mixed with some quinoa, tri-color, 3 colors quinoa grains to cook my bibimbap. Okay, so this is a very small cup. It's a 160 ml cup of basmati rice. So what I want to do is I add everything. I did not pre-soak all my grains. Okay, so you do not have to pre-soak all these grains. And 1 cup of basmati and quinoa mix, I will add 2 cups of water here. Alright, so pour everything in. And how do I cook this rice here? I want to cook it like really fast. Alright, because our AMC system is known to be saving 80% of electricity. I want to cover this with an AMC secure quick lid, lock it, and I turn it on to an automatic mode so that I can cook my rice automatically on the turbo setting for 20 seconds. Alright, so 20 seconds, which is a P setting over here. Okay, that simply means that I will be simmering my rice for 20 seconds when the temperature is up. Okay, so the turbo setting and 20 seconds to cook my basmati with a mix of quinoa so that we add more nutrients to our cooking. When we cook quinoa, a vegetarian dish like this, we cook quinoa to have a little bit to add the protein nutrients in our meal intake. Okay, so that is how we are able to add more nutrients to our cooking when we are able to do it at home. This is the flexibility that we have. Okay, so today with this bibimbap vegetables, I want to preheat my pan so that I can stir fry and saute my mushrooms and vegetables and so. Okay, so with bibimbap, the sauce is pretty simple. Now the only complicated thing that I have prepared here is just ginger and garlic paste, which I've used just 2 garlic bulbs, 2 small cloves of garlic, and just an inch of ginger, and basically that's it. And you blend it in a very small blender that you may have at home. So I blend it into a paste like this. Okay, and the most important thing is gochujang. Gochujang is the Korean chili paste that is readily available at the supermarket. At the moment, when we are cooking Korean bibimbap, there is no replacement of this chili paste other than this brand name that most people who are into Korean food may be familiar with. Alright, so gochujang for the spicy one. And now there is a non-spicy version, which is simply the soy paste. Alright, soy paste from the same brand name. Today I am cooking a version with spicy sauce and a version without the spiciness. Alright, so how do I mix this? Basically, I mixed it with 1 tablespoon of gochujang for 1 bowl of bibimbap rice. Okay, so just 1 tablespoon of that, and then I am adding 1 tablespoon, roughly 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and then 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. This is going to be the secret. When you add this garlic and ginger paste, it's going to be the secret, and the nice taste of the sauce actually depends on that. Okay, and I have a tamari sauce here. Tamari sauce is a different type of soy sauce, just about 1 teaspoon over here. Okay, and then I'm going to just mix everything together to make it a spicy sauce. Okay, so just mix everything together. And I'm adding a little bit of coconut sugar, just a little bit to taste, and that's about it. Alright, this is the sauce that is ready to be mixed into our spicy bowl of bibimbap. Okay, so just like this. Now if you have rice vinegar at home, some Japanese rice vinegar, you may add that rice vinegar as well. That is going to give it a little bit of a sour taste, which is super nice if you add that. But today, because I have forgotten to bring that, I am not adding it in. Okay, so this is the spicy sauce. For non-spicy sauce, it's the same thing. I am adding 1 tablespoon of this soybean paste here, and about a teaspoon of the tamari sauce, just to give it a little bit of a nice savory taste. A little bit of palm sugar, coconut palm sugar, and the same chili and garlic paste. Alright, if you want it to be a very simple version, you may opt out the garlic and ginger paste as well. Okay, a simple one. But of course, with some addition of the condiments, garlic and ginger, it's going to bring this recipe to a whole new level. Right, just about a teaspoon. As we are preparing for our sauce, our cooking is done. You can hear the audio tone beeping. Okay, so after we are done with the mixture of this sauce, we can go back to our cooking to check our rice out. Yeah. Okay, now it's done. I'm turning it off. Turn off my audio tone and turn off the stove, and let the pressure reduce on its own. Okay, so cooking is done now. So we have to wait for a while because there's a lot of pressure that is built up in this cooking. Alright, you can leave it aside, and to let the heat reduce faster, let the pressure reduce faster, we can remove it and put it onto a lid. The AMC pot lid works like a coastal. So when you have a very hot pot, you can put it onto the coastal so that you don't damage your tabletop. Okay, your expensive tabletop that you have renovated your kitchen with, you do not have to worry about destroying it because of the pot heat. Alright, after cooking, it's very hot. So this is how you can manage it. Okay, come back to the sauce. You can just stir it a little bit more. I haven't added the sesame oil to this yet, right? Have I? Oh, I have, right? I think I have. Yeah. Okay. So as we prepare our sauce, now our rice is cooked, and the pan that I have preheated earlier is now heated up to the 50 degrees Celsius that I wanted it to be, right? So I will turn off my heat, and I turn off this audio term so that it doesn't make so much noise and disturb us as I try to speak to you. Now when it's done, this is what I'm gonna do. I'll just add in these mushrooms. in these mushrooms so that I saute it a little bit, right? You may be wondering, I should be adding oil first, correct? Now in this cooking, because we are using sesame oil, and sesame oil is a low temperature smoking point, okay? So I choose not to add my sesame oil first, because sesame oil will smoke faster, and that is when we turn it into a unsafe temperature when you're cooking with sesame oil, alright? So this is another way of making sure that we have very safe cooking temperature when we are using sesame oil. Okay, just gently saute it this way. Sauteing, or you call it stir frying. Okay, so usually when you cook bibimbap, you have to saute everything dish by dish, one by one. But today I am going to use a different method where we are going to cook everything together. Okay. This is one whole pack of this soy sprout over here, okay? About 10 shiitake mushrooms. And this is one pack of your soy sprout. And then we're adding carrots. The aroma of the sesame oil is really nice, it's great when we saute our mushroom, because mushroom takes a little longer for the nice gravy and nice sesame oil flavor to suck up all the flavors. So that is why I saute the mushroom first. Okay, and then we add our vegetables last. So we have 4 very beautiful colors so far over here. Okay, it is okay that we add a bit more green into this pan, because after we are done cooking, these vegetables will shrink. So basically this green leafy veggie is not a lot when we add it to the rim. Now the good thing about using an AMC 28cm hot pan with a dome lid is so that when we are cooking piled up vegetables like that, we will be able to cover it and cook nicely. Okay, so all of these vegetables are in, and we want to, right, as I have always recommended, we cook 5 different vegetable colors every day. Okay, so I'm adding the 5th color over here. Red capsicum. So this is good enough, and I am not adding okay, I think I will, as my rule of thumb, we always add 3 tablespoons of water. 1, 2, 3. Now when we are cooking with our AMC cooking system, lots of vegetables in the pan, we do not have to use a lot of liquid, a lot of water, additional water. But minimally, I would recommend 3 tablespoons of water so that there is enough moisture in our cooking. Turn it on to automatic mode, and I'm going to use my audio tune to set it to cook automatically at 80 degrees Celsius, or in our AMC terminology it's called the carrot window. And I'm going to cook everything for 1 minute. I'm going to cook everything up to the 80 degrees Celsius and simmer for 1 minute. This is how a simplified bibimbap can be done. Alright, so we stir fry, we saute the mushroom because that is when you need to bring out the vegetables, the shiitake mushrooms taste to the goodness, where it's soak up some of the sesame oil good taste. All right, and then we want to cook everything for 1 minute, and this is when every strip of your vegetables will be cooked nicely without you having to saute and having that kind of old-fashioned cooking action in your kitchen. All right, this is done all automatically. Like now, when I am done, I can basically wash. If I am at home instead of being at the AMC studio, I can clean up all these utensils that I have used already and put it in the kitchen, and then I can wash, right? So this is how you can save time as well when you are cooking. I do not have to worry about whether my cooked vegetables is going to be cooked, how long it will take for me to cook all that. And this time is the time when I can just clear everything and wash them. Alright, so it's very simple, no keeping an eye on it, and it's very fast. The temperature basically creep up, and you can see that this digital indicator over here is creeping up. When it reaches that temperature, it will automatically reduce heat and simmer it for you all automatically. I do not have to tweak high heat or low heat per se in this. Okay, and when I have some extra time, this is when I can prepare and think of the plating of my meal. The plating of my meal, I get the sauces ready and my rice is ready. Alright, I heard that the pressure has come down now. I am able to remove my lid, unlock my pressure lid properly, and this is how my rice is cooked nicely. If you look at it from a closer point, you can see my rice is nicely cooked with the quinoa grains all opened up. And this is when it is nicely cooked, when the quinoa grains and the rice grain fluff up nicely. This is when you are able to absorb all the good nutrients. It is easier for the digestion system to digest, all right, and absorb all these nutrients. You can see this quinoa, I did not soak up all this quinoa, yeah, but with our AMC Secure Quick Lid Cooking, they open up. You can see the sprout on the side, all right. This is how AMC Cooking System is able to bring more nutrients in your cooking for you. And when we are cooking with a pressure cooking system like this, it reduces the phytic acid that originally exists in the grains, all right, in quinoa grains. So as we are done with the rice now, we can have a look at our vegetables over here. It's done. So I turn it off, and that's it. I started off with sauteing my mushrooms, and then I'm able to cook everything just like that. 1 minute, for 1 minute, to bring everything to the soft texture that I want it to be. Okay, so I can just stir it a little bit. And with bibimbap cooking, bibimbap dish, one very important thing that we add is the sesame oil. So we coat sesame oil in all of this. We just need about half a tablespoon to coat all of our vegetables with some sesame oil, okay? That is the sole seasoning for our bibimbap vegetables, for our bibimbap rice bowl, okay? So this is how I do it. Instead of having to saute all of these vegetables one by one, we can do it all within the same hot pan when we have an AMC cooking system, because vegetables, every strip of your vegetables will cook easily, just like that. with the AMC automatic cooking system. So what I do is I'll just plate this rice bowl. This rice will cook simmer for just 20 seconds. Yeah, we call it the P program in our AMC cooking. Okay, so directly we are cooking this 2/3 of a cup of rice grain with some 20% of the quinoa grain added to it. Okay. Okay, and it is really nicely cooked. Every grain can be scooped up, alright? Every grain can be scooped up. So here we just add our vegetables to the dish, on top of the rice. Very nice color if you observe. With the AMC cooking system, this is what you can do. You can cook every single type of vegetables, bring out the best of its color. Okay, everything is soft and tender. Arrange all of these vegetables, 5 colors, and this is the basic nutrients that our body needs. Just as easy as this, with one pan and one pot, we are able to cook up very nice gourmet dish like this one. Okay. Arrange them nicely, portion by portion. Okay. So basically, gourmet dishes like this can be prepared at home with extra nutrients that we can add in for our family and ourselves. It is hygienic when we cook with our AMC Premium Cooking System. When we are preparing all the ingredients at home, it's hygienic. And we can control basically the amount of seasoning that we are adding into our cooking. Okay, just this, the sauce that we have prepared earlier. So for a spicy sauce, we just put a dollop. This is the sauce for 1 portion. Okay, just add it onto our vegetables. Non-spicy version over here, just put it on top. Yep, and this pan is good enough for 4 bowls of bibimbap, 3 to 4 bowls depending on how much vegetables you want to add in. Okay, this is not the maximum that I can load up my AMC 28cm pan, alright? It's not the maximum. You can also cook up to maybe 5 persons portion with this AMC 28cm pan, alright? And look at how cool the design is. When we open up our lid, right, you see all of this evaporated water, condensed water, right? It will get collected over here at the edge of the lid. And we can also put our lid onto the handle. It is specially designed to be this way so that when we are cooking, we do not soil our kitchen top as well. It is very clean, very neat cooking that we are doing at home when we have an AMC cooking system, and we are able to not just make very nice gourmet food like this, but when we are eating better, we are living better as well. So from my AMC studio today, I brought to you an AMC Korean Bibimbap bowls. Hopefully you like this recipe, and the most important thing is that you will be able to replicate the entire cooking, the entire recipe at your own home if you have the AMC Premium Cooking System. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. My AMC Fun Engagement Day ends here, and I hope you would like this recipe, and follow me for more on my One Lazy Cook Facebook page or One Lazy Cook by Sylvia Gore on YouTube. Alright, I'm Sylvia Gore, your AMC business consultant. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you again in my next episode. Bye bye.